Fulfilled. Fulfilled. That's the word. That's the word. That's the word I would use to describe Avengers Endgame. Fulfilled. It's been 20 plus movies. We've seen our favorite characters go through ups, go through downs. And this moment here, though not all things in the movie were happy, it still was fulfilling. A fulfilling end to a phase that will be in a lot of our hearts. You dig? Realistically, it's been an emotional roller coaster ride, especially these last few movies. From seeing the first black superhero in Black Panther to Infinity War, to seeing Spider-Man come back to Marvel, to seeing the first woman superhero movie, Marvel wise. It's been a ride, man, and fulfilled is how I feel. What's up, y'all? This is yours truly, Myron Smothers with the Mind of Myron.com, here with another edition of The Mind at the Movies, man. And of course, I had to go see Avengers Endgame, man, the first opportunity available, because for one, y'all spoil shit, and I was not about to be victim of the spoiling. I have muted y'all words on Twitter and all to make sure I didn't get to spoil tweets, but you're still not safe. So I made sure I got me a ticket when they went on pre-sale for the earliest showing available, and I just got out the movies, man, and like I said, fulfilled, man. It was an amazing movie, man. I remember when I went in. I remember when I saw Infinity War, and it was a movie experience like no other. I remember leaving the movie theater, well, when the movie ended. I remember the movie ended, and nobody moved. Nobody said a word. We were all stuck, like just couldn't move, couldn't fathom what just occurred, because it was something that hadn't occurred in a movie like this. You know, the hero always wins at the end of the day, but in Infinity War was no hope. It was no end credit to it was nothing, and it was nothing that satisfied us. It's just we had to wait until this movie came out, and this movie was hope. So in a way, these two movies are similar to me, because I feel like you get the same feeling at the end. I feel like you're sad at the end of both movies, right? Because again, at the end of Endgame, nobody moved either. Nobody moved. Though, and then the people at the movie theater told us there's no post credits, y'all can leave, but nobody moved, because again, in a sense, you were sad about it as well, but not sad because of what occurred in the movie, just sad in a sense of it ending, knowing it's not over completely, but this journey of the Marvel movies is over, and you just kind of sit there and just take it all in. Sad in a fulfilling way. Like, it's good. It's a good sad, not a bad sad like it was when Infinity War. Well, man, let's talk about the movie. So I will say a little bit about this movie. I was predicting what was happening. Like, when y'all first got there and y'all first decided, let's go with this plan to go get Thanos, I was like, this is not gonna work. I was like, why is Captain Marvel here already? Marvel, y'all gotta stop putting stuff that y'all not gonna use for the movies, because y'all be having us on the edge waiting for a certain scene that don't even be in the film. But I feel what y'all doing, man. But I knew from jump that this way too easy. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So I knew they had to figure out another plan, and time travel. Ant-Man came back, and it just was cool getting the gang back together again, and just seeing hope happen again, because they went 5 years with no hope, man. So seeing that happen again was great. It's so much stuff I can go into depth about this movie. So my favorite part of the movie had to be when my boy came back, and I can't lie, I'm biased. When they got the Infinity Stones and Thor, Hulk snapped. I'm like, where everybody else? I just saw Hawkeye wife call. Where everybody else? Where everybody? So they get shot up, and then I don't know what Doctor Strange little portals come open, and you see T'Challa, Shuri, and Okoye come through that portal, and I'm like, it's on and popping. You dig? I was too excited. I was like, oh, it's on. And everybody else started popping up, man. I was just like, whoa. And it's crazy because that battle scene was intense, and I'm like, man, just imagine what we about to get for Game of Thrones on Sunday. This is just like, equal footing. So it was exciting seeing that, man. Captain Marvel, you are human. I don't know if you know that, but you human, and you gotta start coming to Earth a little quicker, because I literally was like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? As soon as I said it to my homeboy who I was there with, you popped up just in the nick of time, but you could have been there and saved the day. What else I got on here? Thanos, man. R.I.P. To a great villain in Thanos, man. Just ruthless. And I think the crazy part about Thanos is he didn't want to cause chaos. He didn't want to conquer the world. He truly thought what he was doing was making the universe a better place. And like, after he did what he had to do, he went by himself to peace, like to a place of peace by himself. And that's crazy, man. Like, his motive was essentially just to make the world a better place, the way he thought it was supposed to be. And hats off to you, Thanos. But I'm glad they got that ass in the end, man. But I'm sad. I'm sad it had to be my boy, man. And when I say people in this movie theater were bawling throughout this movie, when Natasha died, R.I.P. Bawling. But when Tony died, you heard it throughout the theater. Like, you heard it, especially when Peter was talking to him. You just like, whew. And then when his wife said, when Pep said, she said, we gonna be all fine, you can get your rest now. And I was just like, damn, Iron Man really gone. Like, that's the end of an era, man. I've seen Iron Man in 5, 6, 7 movies, and Tony Stark is gone, man, and rightfully so. And what's crazy about it is how Doctor Strange told him it's one way, Tony, out of a million ways. It's 14 billion ways. It's one way. Then Tony asked him that again during the battle. Are we doing the right way? And Doctor Strange knew the whole time, like, I can't tell you. And I'm sorry that it got to be you, but it got to be you. Like, man, such a great film, man. And even at the end, when they did a proper goodbye for Captain America as well, when he passed the torch to a black man. We about to get a black Captain America, y'all. We got T'Challa. We about to have a black man in the Captain America suit. Captain Marvel. Who knows what else is gonna come? But I see y'all, Marvel. I see how y'all rocking. I mess with it. I like that. But just seeing that, you saw the look on Steve Rogers' Captain America eyes when he got to see Peggy, Agent Carter, when he did his flashback. So when he had to go back in the future to return them stones, man, I just had a feeling he wasn't coming back. I thought it was gonna be something crazy to lead on into the other movies as Phase 4 that we don't know nothing about. But I was wrong. But it was cool that you saw him, like, after he got to go live his life. Though it was 5 6 for us, it was forever for him, and he got to come back and pass the torch. Star-Lord's still a hoe. Star-Lord could have been left into dust, because the only reason we at Endgame is because of him, and he messed up everything in Infinity War. But it was cool because you saw him and Thor's interaction with each other, and I guess that's gonna lead up to Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with Thor as a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I guess because Gamora gone and now Nebula on the that's gonna be interesting, man. That's gonna be an interesting combination. But I will say, I'm tired of funny Thor. I don't know if it's just me. I just Thor to me might have been the most cringy part of the movie. I didn't like Fat Thor. I didn't like sad Thor. That's not the Thor I expect. Now I enjoyed it in the Thor Ragnarok, but I was over it for Endgame, man. And I want to see Thor back to the Thor, like Asgardian Thor, God Thor. But I don't know if we're getting that Thor back. And I will say, it seemed like Thanos was much stronger in this movie, because it seemed like Thor in Infinity War had a better time fighting him, or even in Infinity War when Spider-Man and Iron Man was fighting Thor, they was getting with him a little bit, but they couldn't handle him this movie until Captain America came, and then Tony had to seal the deal. But man, overall, man, fulfilled, man. I am fulfilled by this movie. I am intrigued to see what happens next in Phase 4, man. It's some big shoes to fill. I don't know where Marvel is going next, because they kind of skipped over the Secret Invasion storyline they could have went on. We do know Black Panther 2, we know Doctor Strange 2, we know Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm assuming that Captain Marvel 2 will be in production. Spider-Man Far From Home is coming. A movie about a Asian superhero who's the Kung Fu master is coming, saying something. I don't want to be wrong, but we know stuff is coming, but I don't know the direction, and I guess that's what we gotta wait for now, man. But bravo, hats off to Marvel, because amazing job, man. Amazing job. And like many other people, I think everyone is gonna feel what I feel when we say that we're in Avengers Endgame, we are fulfilled. This is yours truly, The Mind of Mine. Check out more of The Mind at the movie videos, and have a blessed one. And if you haven't seen the movie, you wasted all your time watching this, because I spoiled a lot. You did.